I'm Marc Israel from White & Case, based in London. We've had an interesting panel discussion about latest developments in mergers, procedure and substance. And the starting point that people were interested in was whether or not merger control is becoming stricter. The statistics would seem to suggest that is the case, but it could well be that the types of cases that authorities are being asked to investigate are by nature more difficult. However, on balance, I think that it would be fair to say that merger enforcement is becoming stricter. Certainly in the UK, from a practitioner perspective, that's what we are seeing. There's longer pre-notification. There are more cases that are going to phase 2. There are more extensive requests for information, which led to another interesting discussion about the nature of the types of evidence, and in particular the focus on internal documents. That perhaps is not surprising when many of the cases might relate to dynamic, fast-moving markets where typical evidence that you might look at in other cases, such as bidding data or tenders, may not be relevant when you're looking to, in a sense, predict the future. So the ex-ante analysis is difficult, and competition authorities need to balance the likelihood of harm as against the potential benefits that a merger might have. So we had an interesting discussion about innovation and theories of harm, and how that might be affecting merger assessment, and then leading on to a discussion about sustainability and the extent to which that might be taken into account in merger control. Certainly in the UK, it's possible to take sustainability benefits into account under the existing legislative framework, under relevant customer benefits, and unlike some other jurisdictions, it's possible to assess whether or not there may be benefits for either direct or indirect, or indeed future customers. So it's possible to take into account intergenerational effects. And that could be very relevant in terms of carbon emissions, sustainability, and carbon footprint, etc. And that's a position that is different to other jurisdictions. So we had a very interesting and lively discussion about these things, including a discussion as to whether or not merger control is stricter, or, as one of the co-panelists said, authorities may be becoming more cautious. Whether or not there's much distinction is perhaps a moot point, but the takeaway from our session, at least from the panelists, was that merger control is becoming, or merger control enforcement is becoming stricter. We'll just have to wait for the statistics to either prove us right or wrong over the next few months and years.